Hey everybody!
Welcome back. It's Convict.
This is your girl Vicky,
And this is Coco.
and this is the Convict Podcast.
Woo!
I just want to say we just did a cheers and kind of not looking in my eyes.
I didn't
So,
look you in the eyes.
no
You want
bitch.
to do
And
it
one
now? Ready?
is gonna have bad sex for 7 years. It's gonna
Okay.
be you. Yes.
Oh.
Welcome back. How are you?
That's a really rough question today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Shit. Hit
telling
it
you,
with the
y'all,
hard
like,
punch.
this week was not it.
Oh,
This week was not it. But we did have Halloween this week.
we did.
And that was a bright side. I mean, I left the city before I saw any trick or treat. I didn't have time for that. I love Halloween. I just needed to fall on a Friday so I could enjoy it. Like Thursdays
Okay.
is like very inconvenient for me.
In New York, does that message still go around on Halloween where it's like blood initiation day and
Oh my god. You know what's actually clinically insane? I was telling that to somebody. I was like, "Oh no, it's gang initiation day on
yeah.
Halloween, so like it's always good to like if you're traveling groups, but also like if you're going to the parade, okay, but like when you're coming home, be in groups." And somebody was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh, did you go to a normal high school?
Did you just move here?
Did you? Are you a transplant?" Like,
How long have you been here?
yeah, I was like, was I like I remember they telling us heavy that in school, like in high school especially.
Yeah.
And then you
I
kind of
was
knew by
getting
college not to go alone.
I was getting those messages from like 14.
Yeah, same. Like our school would let us out earlier, I think. Would they?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even wait. Hold on. Would they let us out earlier? Would they where we wouldn't have school? I
My
don't.
school,
I don't think we would have school. To be quite honest,
no,
I can't remember.
some schools let their kids out early.
Uh huh.
My school never let me out early.
They said get in the trenches, ho.
They were like, fend for your life, bitch.
Yeah, they're like we're warning you, but like figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I
Yeah.
love Halloween. It's so inconvenient. It's one of the one of the work days. Who's got time for that?
Nobody.
And then on top of that, it's just like it's Halloween fell on what Thursday. So like, were you
Yes.
celebrating Halloween? What happened?
Nothing.
So like, are you celebrating Halloween the weekend before, or are you celebrating Halloween this weekend? Or if you're doing two parties at a time, last weekend was a party weekend, and this party's gonna be a party weekend.
Okay, so speaking of parties and
Oh,
Halloween
here you go. Here
parties,
you go. Here you go. Dut, 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 dut.
so I was supposed to go with my husband to an adult party, and we were like super excited because it's our friends, and we're like, oh, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna do a spooky dish, and we had like a coordinated outfit and everything. And that weekend was very busy for us because my son he had a little kid's birthday party, and then we had our adult party. So we're like, all right. And then I was supposed to do a breast cancer walk in the morning, but I'm an overachiever that never meets her accomplishments.
Don't
So
say that. You are trying your best.
I what I meant to say was I'll set up three goals. I'll maybe hit two. So that day I didn't go to the walk, but we did take our son to his friend's birthday party, and then. But that morning we got a message from our friends, and they were like, "Hey guys, are you guys okay? We missed you yesterday." And me and my husband, we literally just looked at each other like, "What do you mean, missed us yesterday? Like, we're gonna see you tonight." And then they're like, "The party was yesterday." So yeah, I really nothing else to say about that. I mean, it was a Friday night instead of a Saturday night, and we missed it. But we did get to wear our costumes on Halloween. I was SpongeBob, and he was my Krabby Patty.
Krabby Patty. I was trying to figure that shit
Yeah,
out for the life of me. I was like, what is Ridge? I was looking on Instagram hard. I was like, what the fuck is Ridge? I could.
man, it did not land the way I wanted to because while
Mm-hmm.
we're walking trick or treating, everybody's like, "Are you a hamburger?" And I'm like, "He's a Krabby Patty."
Yeah, I
Like,
was like, Vicky looks phenomenal. What the fuck is Ridge? I understood Vicky's on it. Your kids looked so adorable. My God, I wanted to be there just to like squeeze them. They looked so cute in their costumes.
So two things. One, I really got into planning like holiday family costumes,
Mm-hmm.
and my kids ruined my shit this year. They're like, no, I want to be Ghost Spider. I want to be Miles Morales. There's no way I'm putting latex on right now, so I was not doing the whole
Especially in Florida. Like, let's not forget, you're in the devil's asshole.
like. I mean, bitch, it's not happening. So me and my husband, and then my husband was like, he's not putting latex.
You're like, we're gonna crush your dreams right now, kids. We're not
I
doing
was
this.
like, they could do their thing, we'll do our thing. It's just gonna be that. And
It
the
was like a
other thing,
mix. It was a mix. I liked
yeah,
it.
the other thing I wanted to say was, I do want to give a shout out to my husband though, because I be throwing him in all types of costumes. He was the jelly to my peanut butter one year. He was um what's this guy's name? Fred from Scooby Doo one year, and he wore the wig and everything.
He wore
And
the wig.
my husband
Commitment.
is
Commitment.
a black man with a blonde, bleach blonde.
Bitch, we should have dressed up for the podcast, not thinking about it next year. Next year.
Next year. But no,
Oh
it was
my
great. It
God.
was great. Last year he was Gomez from the Adam Family. He wore a wig again. It was
He's committed to the craft.
He's committed. He's committed. This year he wore a whole fucking Krabby Patty. So I do want to give a shout out to him.
You know what? At least he's willing to participate in it, and I think he knows how
Yeah.
important it is to the kids too to like see
Mhm.
it. So I think that's cute. I think that's cute. I think that's cute.
Yeah, yeah. So Halloween was fun. I gotta go figure out a way to like secretly throw out half the candy these kids got.
Girl, the candy?
Ain't no way they're eating all that candy.
You should have done what my parents did. They're like the witch took it. I'm like,
Actually, I might do what your parents did.
yeah, that's what my parents used to do. They'd be like, the witch took all of it. I'm like, the witch.
Oh my God, I just had a squirrel moment because I just remembered that I have to find my elf. I did all my Christmas decorations
Oh yes, I was gonna come to that. So Vicky does this every year.
every year.
That as soon, like before we
Midnight.
could even shut our eyes after one holiday, this bitch is like Mariah Carey already defrosting for winter, for Christmas. And she was like, look at this, look at Santa. We love Santa.
Black Santa.
Black Santa. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Damn, bitch, don't come in my throat. And I just want to say, I love Vicky so much because, as you guys remember, I said in the podcast before, she's really trying to get me into decoration. Now, I still only have that one pillow for autumn, but I did get a pumpkin, so we are fucking trying over here.
There we go.
But this bitch is now like, where's your Christmas decorations? First of all,
Let's
do not hit me with Christmas shit
Let's
until
go.
the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I will decorate on Black Friday. I will vlog it. I will vlog for the convict YouTube. I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out where to fucking put my tree in my apartment. But I do not like when people start celebrating Christmas so early. Shut it down. Shut it the
No.
fuck down. We have Thanksgiving to
I
get
shut
through.
it down for. Like
Too
literally.
early. I don't want to hear the jingle bells. Shut it down.
No. First of all, I did not pay all this money for these decorations to have it up for 2 days. Okay, this shit is going up for 2 months.
Okay, but you could have it for 1 month. You know what?
Or
I'm not yucking your yums. I'm just
it
saying.
sounds like you yucking my yums. It
I'm just
sounds
saying PSA, it's still not Christmas. Also, not fucking New York going through a whole global warming shit. It was like 85 on Halloween. My poor fucking. First of all, Isabella, my niece, trooper, she had a whole doctor uniform. My sister was like, nah, bitch. We put like fake wings on Dennis. She wore like something that was just like literally like a cape. And Luke couldn't wear anything because she was like, his costume was like 3,000, like it was like.
It was hot.
It was hot. She was like, no. But let me just say, somebody posted this on Twitter. Like, you know that old man in The Simpsons when he's talking to the group of kids? He's like, back in my time, I used to have to wear a coat over my, I used to wear a coat over my costume because it used to be cold in October. And I'm like, it used to be fucking freezing. Like, I remember my dumbass wearing these slutty ass costumes, chilly.
Yep.
But sometimes I wouldn't put a coat on because it was for the costume. Now you could go out here like in a bikini. Like you
First
should have
of
had
all-
Halloween parties at the beach yesterday or whatever Halloween was. I don't remember.
Well, one year back in my days, I made up some sexy robot costume because this is how old I was. We went to one of my best friend's house for a costume party, and the two that I went with, the two best friends I went with, they were LMFAO. So I was trying to be the robot that be with LMFAO. Remember, shots. So exactly, way back in my way back.
Wow.
I was like
Wow.
what 1920 at this time. So I had on, remember American Apparel? I had on like these gold pants from there and then like a crop top thing. It was a blizzard. It was a blizzard outside. Okay, it was
Girl.
freezing. There was like, I could count the amount of times me and my best friend Celeste have dressed up as like whores, and our freaking pusses were crisp cold, freezing.
Really?
Okay, but you gotta thug it out because Mean Girls taught us. You don't wear costumes on Halloween. You dress
You
like a
dress
slut.
like a hoe. You dress
That's
like a
what
slut.
you do.
And we support that. Like, don't get me wrong. What was it? One year I was a beer girl.
Mm. That's
No
like a,
jacket in sight. Not even
first of all,
chilly.
these little girls have it too easy, thinking that they're dressing up as a slut. Yeah, do that shit when it's 20 degrees
That's what
outside.
I'm saying. Oh, you're like the devil in like what is it called? Like a leotard and knee high socks. No, bitch, do that when it's like
Playboy
negative
bunny.
2 out, and
Right.
we still went to the Lower East Side for the parade. Like dumbasses,
I've actually,
dumbasses. I did love the parade.
I've never been.
You never been to the parade?
No.
No, I went the first time I went to parade. My mom actually took me with my uncle, and that's the first time somebody threw a condom at me, and that was sometime. And I had like pink hairspray. I remember that. And then that's the time like I realized I was like, oh, this is a thing in New York. Like we go to parade. Then the other time I went to the parade, and I think I went after that too, but it was when I dressed as the beer girl. And let me tell you, I again it was chilly. I was like drinking nutcrackers. You know they sell like so much shit here, like nutcrackers. I drank like two, and I was lit. And then like in one of the pictures, I'll put it up on the throwback one day. That should be the thumbnail. Like you could just see my eyes are gone. I was so lit. And that's the first time. Oh, that was my freshman year in college, and I didn't dorm in college, so I still have to come home. That was the first time that I got home at 4 in the morning. My parents wanted to murder me because I also didn't have like an iPhone. I had like an Android, and it died. And though I know my parents' number by memory, like I just didn't want to ask the people I was with, like so I could text them like I'm still alive. Like my mom brought this up the other day. She's like, "Bitch, you stopped texting us at 12 and didn't show up for 4 hours later on Halloween." And I'm like, as an adult now, I get it. Like, where are you? You're in the city. You're literally underage. Like, but like I was out here celebrating life, and then I got an iPhone after that, so I could charge. Oh
That's
my god.
hilarious.
But yeah, no, Halloween, I bought candy for the kids like in my building, and only like 3 kids showed up, and I was kind of sad. I bought
Yeah,
this
you
whole
can
big
go.
ass bag from Costco, and I was like, oh.
I feel like you got it on your neighborhood. Like, I know nobody was trick or treating here because there's literally like maybe one
But
apartment
this
that
building
rents
has
out.
like kids like on the 6th floor, on the
Yeah.
1st floor. And so and they were like they sent us like a memo. They're like, "Oh, indicate it." And I literally wrote on my door like "Ring for candy, Happy Halloween." I put like my little potions thing like outside so they could like know to come. And like we only got so many few people, so like the thing is like I'm not trying to keep the candy in my house either. So I was like hoping like a bunch of kids would come. And they
Mhm.
didn't again because it was global warming. They didn't really need to be in here. They could go outside and get the candy. But now we have such shit ton candy. I'm gonna bring it to the office and just give
Oh
it
my
out
God.
there.
That actually reminded me of like one time when I was a kid. So my grandmother, she lives in Washington Heights, and me and my cousin were there for Halloween one year, and we literally, it's a 30-floor building, 30 floors. We went up and down those stairs,
Fit
just
life.
checking all the apartments. Oh, I could never do that now with these knees. These knees and hips. I'd be like,
And they're like, "Where's the elevator, bitch? We're going floor by floor."
just hold it. Hold it.
Hold it, everybody, hold it. No, that's honestly that's so true though.
Yeah.
Like, who has time? No, I remember walking the streets like trick or treating. Trick or treating is
Mhm.
always fun. Like I feel like I never remember. when I stopped trick or treating.
Mm-hmm.
I got all like it just like things stop like and you just don't really remember that's the last time you ever did anything. I remember one of my dad one day put just like a brown bag over his head because he was like, "This is my costume," and he cut his eyes out. Yo, no. He didn't care because like we dressed up as like Cleopatra. I think my mom was dressed up as French fries. I don't know what. And then at one point I was dressed up as a gypsy, but my dad did this whole like with the brown. Every fucking kid thought it was the coolest costume that year. My dad literally had like a jacket, jeans, and just that, and the kids were like, "That's such a cool costume," and I was like, "He just found that shit like in the house. Like, what are you?" But yeah, no. Happy Halloween, everybody! And now, apparently, according to Vicky, is Christmas, and I need that to stop. Thanksgiving is first.
Thanksgiving is a terrible holiday to celebrate, one. And two, it looks so much better when you're eating dinner with your family and there's Christmas decorations. So, like I said, decorate your houses, people.
Wait until Black Friday, like the rest of us.
No, no. You guys are slackers.
Would you ever? Wait, does this? I know you have your tree up already, but does Florida sell like the Christmas trees they sell up here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, you know, what's a lovely thing to do in New York? You hear this?
New York is being its New York self right now.
Like
New
what
York is
that?
New York.
New York is New Yorking right now. Looking at the Rockefeller tree. That's always such a cute thing to do.
Yeah,
I told
yeah.
Jose this year I want to go see the Rockefeller, the Rockettes.
Okay. Yeah.
And I want to see the Nutcracker.
Okay. So let me know if you feel the same about this, but I feel like the Rockefeller tree looks the same every year.
No, it does. 100%.
Oh, okay.
But I like the journey. They're like, we're scouting now for trees. I'm like, oh my God.
No, two of my friends, they have like opinions on it every year. And I'm like, it's the same. It's the same fucking decorations. Like,
No,
it's
yeah,
like
they literally.
multicolored decorations. I'm not even sure if they put ornaments on it.
No,
And
they don't, but they put a star on top, I think.
yeah, the star.
Allegedly. Convict
But
flags.
like one of my friends is like, no, it was so skimpy last year. It was so skimpy. This year it's gonna be full and thick. And they showed me like a picture because they show the picture before they bring it, like of them chopping it down or some shit. Like I don't know. And I'm just like
over here.
giant lumberjacks because how the hell you get like that 60-foot tree down?
I just like the drive it goes on, to be quite honest. I'm like, okay, this is like the tree tour.
Yeah, no, it's like a whole thing. But for them, they're like very invested. And I'm like, to me, the tree looks exactly the same.
No, I think it does too. No, I just like going for like the feels.
Yeah. I'm more excited for like the Saks lights across the street.
Oh my God, the Saks lights are so dope. They change that shit every year too.
Yes, exactly. That is something that they change, not the tree. But speaking of the holidays, my husband has lost his fucking mind. So we're supposed to go to New York for like Christmas week, and he's like he wants to do all these fun things with the kids for the holidays, being in New York for Christmas time. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And like we could take him to the tree, we could go ice skating, whatever. And this man told me he wants to go see the ball drop. I'm sorry. I lived in New York for 30 years.
Allegedly. No, I'm joking.
Once in those 30 years did I ever have a thought, I want to go see the ball drop.
Every New Yorker knows never to go see the ball drop.
Oh, I want to go see the ball drop. Like, you think I'm going to stand out there?
You guys are more than welcome to come to my apartment and see the ball drop here. We put it on Spanish and English. Just the dynamics.
Ball drop.
Yeah.
It just does not seem, because he wanted to return after New Year's. And I'm like, for what? Like, I'm not going out in New York on New Year's. Like, that's shit costs.
It's $500 for like a dive bar restaurant. Like, no. You stay home or you go to like a cabin.
Having a party and you want to go there?
Down with that.
Maybe if they're close enough, because cabs that day be crazy too.
Oh, what if Uber surcharge like $600 to go to like a block away?
Flight. You're paying for a fucking flight of 4 just to go across the bridge. Like, not happening. So I'm like, for what? And he's like, well, we could take the kids to see the ball drop. No, you can take the kids to see the ball drop.
I will not be. You're coming to my house. You'll be at Coco's house.
I'm not doing any of that. Actually, no, you can't take my kids to go see the ball drop because I don't trust that place and my kids there. They're too small.
You gotta learn how to fend on your own if you're going to see the ball drop. Also, you have to wear like you have to be there by like 5, and the ball doesn't drop to 12, or even earlier sometimes. Because I remember I used to have to work that day.
Like
Yeah,
in time and then like stay there.
and then people are wearing like diapers so they don't lose their spot in
Right,
line, and I'm
because you
like
can't like get in
changing,
and out of those little like square things. Never
smelly.
happened.
Wasn't it? Wait, hold on. I'm trying to remember. And this is gonna be a convict allegedly fact. Wasn't there a shooting 1 year right after the ball drop, like on 8th Ave?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
very
I'm not making that up, right?
no, it's
Okay.
very dangerous going to this thing. Like
No,
imagine it's
no,
like uh, I don't know how many people, like 100,000 people just packed up into that one
they're
time square.
sardined in there.
I have no interest unless you want me to have like a full on panic attack over and over and
Is
over.
that how you want me to start off 2025? That's rude. That's
That is the
rude.
question.
That's fucking rude.
Is that how you want me to start off 2025? Like, I don't think
I
so.
would only go to that area if I'm going to somebody's penthouse or apartment where they have floor to ceiling windows and I could see the ball. I am not standing in the streets of New York.
Get the fuck out of here.
We all
It's
know
not.
as a New Yorker, that's not our thing. Like
That's not.
that's some tourist shit. That's not us.
It's not
And
our
if you
thing.
have done that, you're brave. I remember. Did I once go out after the ball dropped? No, because the cat. No, I think I might have gone to like Dykeman, honestly. But like everything is so fucking expensive. Like
So,
$500 cover charge is insane, especially when you're that young. That shit is so much money.
and
Finding
especially
in the fucking feels like drinking.
when you're not that young, you have like actual responsibilities that money needs to go to, and it damn sure ain't no being at no bar watching the ball drop. Especially when my drink max is 2, and I gotta pay $500 just to stand here with strangers. Get all the way.
I will be drinking. What is it? What are those new drinks? I don't know. Like cut waters. I'll be drinking cut waters to get me lit, and I'll be fine.
No,
Actually, to probably get me trashed. No, there's also a
Cutwater-
new one. I think it's called Surfside. Surfside vodka and iced tea. Girl. The first time I tried cut waters, I was like, who drugged me?
Okay,
I
no.
didn't read on the label it was 13%.
Okay, so no, two things. One, at the birthday party we went to for my son's friend, they had the high noons, but tequila.
Oh, yes.
Like, did I just hit a shot?
Those are, and it's cold. Right.
For the lime flavor of the high noon tequila, that shit tasted like a fucking shot.
Yeah, it tastes like Jose Cuervo down your throat. Yep.
This is how I know it's true because I drank it first and I was like, oh my God. And then everybody else was drinking like strawberry, peach, whatever, right? And then later, another one of the moms, she had a lime and she was like, oh my God. And she wasn't even there for my oh my God. So I was like, you had the same reaction I had.
2 different on my G's.
2 different OMGs. So I was like, this shit is real.
No.
Yeah.
High noon is the best thing invented, but tequila high noon?
But isn't high noon just like a limerita?
I said the same thing once, and somebody said no. It is the same exact thing, but it's just cuter.
Yeah,
It's not
just
like that trashy.
It's like Limerita's new brand.
Right, it's like a rebrand for Limerita, because I feel like Limerita was like...
It became trashy. It became trashy.
It took a downhill very fast. Well,
It did.
still like cute. It's cutesy.
Yeah, but you know why? I figured out the transition.
Tell me
it's
the hack.
like
Tell me the marketing hack.
the 30-year-olds, right? We all drink the Four Locos and Limeritas. Then we decided this is trash, right? And then we went into heavy drinking. And then we became moms and was like, we need to dial this back. And then
Can't be hungover with my kids. Although you can. It's just, I think, harder.
it's over. No, you can't. They don't give a fuck. Okay? They do not give a fuck about your hangover.
They're like, wake the fuck up.
Mom!
Nah, I throw up on them.
And punch them in the throat. Like, get the fuck away.
Do you not see I'm nursing a hangover right now? Do whatever you want to this house. Paint the fucking walls black. Leave me alone.
Oh, seriously, I remember one time, okay, this is a tangent, but I get really bad migraines. And one time I had one so bad, I was laying in the bed, and my son and my daughter were fighting. So they come and they run in and they climb on top of me. And my son is like, Mommy, Mommy, Malia did this. And then Malia's like, No, I didn't. I'm like, Guys, stop, I have a headache. And then Malia's like, Yeah, Loki, stop. Mommy has a headache. Mommy, you okay? And then they're both like petting me, but in the most aggressive way, and then fighting over who gets to pet my head. And it was just like, it
No. Oh my
was,
God. You
but
do
like I
not make
said,
me want to have kids anytime soon. I love you.
but
Love them. Love all the kids. I'm gonna
these
hold off for a
same
little bit.
moms who used to drink the Four Locos and Lime-A-Ritas and decided that that was trash and we need to do better. So we started drinking bottles of wine at in one sitting. We went back and we said,
It's crazy. We've done
huh,
that.
maybe that Lime-A-Rita idea wasn't so bad. And then we
So
picked
let's
it back.
rebrand it.
Let's give it a spin. Maybe a little less alcohol content. And then we'll have different ranges. So
So
like
would
a high noon is
so
like
would
a
that mean that Cutwater,
is
the trashy version?
yes.
Okay, I can't call Cutwater trash because
No.
it's so good. Like I
No,
love it.
it's not trash. It's just for the moms who could tolerate a little bit more.
Right, just like who could tolerate 12%. I'm not a mom, and I swear to God, I was like, what is? I was like, wow, drogas. I was like, I don't know what this was. I didn't read the can or anything. I just took it to the face, and I was like, why am I feeling like a little disorientated right now? Like I don't feel.
Yeah, she found herself dancing in a
Yeah.
corner like
And like the worst thing is I was just like, I'm not in a place where I could have this. So let me go home. And I woke up on the bus and I was like, why do I feel like I have a little bit of a hangover? Like what's going on here?
that's actually hilarious.
And
Yeah, you
so,
were
but
like
I have
basically
to say,
like,
migraine wise, having a migraine and people bothering you when you just want to be in blackout silence and blackout curtains everywhere, I murder. I fucking murder. I had a migraine the other day. I was like, nope, nope. I took like any type of pill that I could find, and I was in darkness with an ice pack in my head. I was like, please, God, I will shoot myself in the head if you just want that. I no, a migraine could take you down. Like I could listen, I could take a bone popping out of my body. Like my whatever bone this is could pop out. Be like whatever. Like that shit's light work. I don't care. Dislocate my shoulder. I don't give a fuck. A migraine? Got
I
me
tell
so
my
angry.
I tell my husband this all the time. I could be sick, I could be whatever, as long as it doesn't affect my head, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Once my head is involved, I'm like, oh, function. Like if I, like those migraines where you feel like you can't even lift your head. Like I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. Like I literally had surgery. I came home and I was like up and down walking. Like, I just take a couple pills and then I'll be fine. But a migraine? Oh my God. But I digress. It's time to get into pop culture.
Pop culture time. So every year, the celebs come out and they show us what kind of costumes they wore. And
Ooh,
as
we're going
always,
costumes. Okay, who you got?
Robin.
I said, ooh, you're going with costumes.
I
Who you got?
know. So Heidi Klum and her husband, that I don't know the name of, are dressed up like E.T. and Mrs.
That's actually awesome.
Right?
She
And I was
was
just like, wow, like, how do you just.
hilarious. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So Tom Wallutz, question mark. I don't know. That's how you say his last name. But
Oh,
it says it took 1 year to get ready. That's crazy. That's
I don't
commitment to
believe
the
it.
craft.
I actually fucking believe it. Okay, did you see Kim Kardashian's?
What was she? She was
Okay.
clueless with her daughter. Also, wait, hold on. North has
Killed it.
grown up.
She killed it.
Like you could just tell North has grown up. Like wow.
Yeah, she is a superstar. That girl, love her. But
Yeah.
no, she's an Albanian alligator. Albanian, albino alligator.
What?
She's an albino alligator. Look.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. Did
I
you
think
also see Kylie and Kendall? They were Lizzie McGuire from.
I
That was
did
that was
it.
cool. I like that.
Did
That
you
was
see
cute.
Kendall and Heidi Bieber?
They were the Simple Life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I love when celebrities just get into the things.
Oh
But
my
wait, did
god.
you see?
Wait,
Oh, I don't know if this is real or not.
I have a lot more.
Oh no, this
Did
is
you
from
see Coyle Ray?
who?
Coyle Ray.
No, I did not.
She killed as Catwoman. Let me see if why isn't it like the first picture
Oh, I
on
just pulled my ear.
her thing? Like, why do I have to look for this? This should be like yesterday.
Did you? Okay. Besides the Halloween, like celebrities. I mean, they are celebrities. So, did you see the cast of Love Island? Liam and
Yes.
Miguel.
Yes, I did. They were so
They
cute.
looked so fucking good. I was like, wow, Miguel, they're gonna get married. And then, did you see Janae and Kenny?
Loved it.
Loved
Princess Hina.
it. And that's like, I love them. I love, like, they just look so good.
They looked perfect. And then Serena and
I don't
Cordell.
follow them, so what were they?
Amount of hate that is still going
It's
on.
not hate. I just don't, they're not on my For You page.
So they were Dion from. She was Dion from
Oh, yes, yes,
Clueless.
yes, from Clueless too. I saw that. They were cute. I loved it. I loved it. I'm
Yes, and
warming
then
up. I'm warming up.
girls were the Powerpuff Girls.
I saw that. Yo,
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
look fantastic.
They did. They really did. Let me
Like,
see.
they are giving body yaddy yaddy.
Oh my gosh.
Did you see Selena Gomez? She was Alice in
Did.
Wonderland. Love
I
that.
did. And her boyfriend was the Mad Hatter.
Yes, I love them together. By the way,
They seem really cute.
yeah, and she looks very at peace. So I could only hope that she is. Like, he seems like
Mhm.
he really like understands her.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Let me see what else.
Oh my gosh, now I cannot find any of the ones that I was looking
Oh my
at.
God. Isabella was a doctor this year, and I know we're going back and forth, but one of my friend's granddaughters was Wednesday, and she's
Mhm.
like almost a year. She had this cute little wig with like the two pigtail. It was the cutest thing I ever saw. I was like, stop, look at her with her little wig. Like, I didn't even know they made wigs that small for baby. The cutest thing in the world. I just had
So
to mention
Megan,
that. I just had to mention that.
Megan Good was Aaliyah in Queen of the Damned.
Ooh,
Amazing. Like,
damn.
amazing. I just sent it to you so you could see it because my glare is messing up. So do you know who Liza Koshy is? She's like a comedian. She started on Vine. She's really funny. I sent it to you on Instagram. But she was Kamala Harris and she
Love
did
that.
a funny like video. Had me on the floor.
I love, love, love that.
Yes. I love when rich people do costumes because they get to like spend a whole lot of money on
They
this
must
shit.
spend so much money because,
Oh my
geez.
God.
Oh my God, did you see Mario as Michael Jackson Thriller?
No, I didn't.
He's on the page. Like, look,
This
my glare
amazing.
probably is fucking it up, but
Yeah, the glare is fucking it up, but amazing. I love all the
amazing.
costumes.
I love when people get into these holidays with us. It is
Me too.
amazing.
Me too. Okay, moving on. Last week we spoke about the Love is Blind reunion, and
Did you watch?
of course,
Girl, okay.
so many thoughts.
Okay. I am okay. So wait,
I
let's think about this in order.
okay.
They all come out.
They all come out.
So it was Taylor and Garrett.
Yes,
They look good. Then it
perfect.
was Ashley and Tyler.
Yes,
They both look good too. I
amazing.
did
Actually,
like Ashley's dress a lot. Yeah, she slayed that. Then it
mhm,
was Maritza, right?
yeah,
She looked
hmm,
so cute,
a beautiful
beautiful. Then it was Ramses. I hated the pants. I didn't understand it.
whole outfit.
The
What
whole
was
outfit was off. But again, I'm also not like a big fashion girly, so I don't know. That was like those.
no? I feel like it was
Um.
costume
Then
and
hold
not.
on. Let me just go to the. Let me just go to the actual shit.
I
Then it
think it was
was.
Hannah.
And then it was Hannah. I did like the she looks good.
She looks good. She looks good.
Like
And
I
then
can't
Nick
even deny Hannah looks good. Nick cute. Then it
looked
was
alright.
what's her name?
Monica.
Monica good. Steven okay. Tim okay. And then it was I don't know this Alex. She looks good. Her
Made her.
titties look
She
like they're about
made
to have a nip slip. What happened?
she made her dress.
She did?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, she looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
I just was always worried there was gonna be a nip slip.
Me too. I
But you
can
know,
never.
who am I to like say anything? I was just like, wow, like her to. Then it was like the people that they always bring like on the couch. Alexa, please. You see this? I don't got time for Alexa. Alexa, please. You're embarrassing me in the pod. I also kind of forgot. Then Jade,
AD.
AD, thank you. Always phenomenal.
She looked beautiful,
Yo,
yes.
she gives just like classy, body, addy.
It's
And
like statuesque. Like
yeah,
it's
that's
never
exactly what they said, statuesque. And I was like, perfect words could have not been said itself.
it's never out of place. Like
She's, and then like, she reminds me so much of like Leah, like the posture, the
hmm.
beauty, like it's, they, I mean, again, I know, but like they
I get
both,
what you mean. I get what you
you
mean.
know what I mean? Like it's just like the way they like the present themselves. I'm like, wow, like just so fucking beautiful.
And
And
they is
that gold
confident.
dress on AD, phenomenal. Whoever her
Mhm.
stylist is, body yada yada yada. Like they know what they're doing. Then it was Marshall. Okay, a suit.
Mhm.
Then it was apparently what's her name again? The blonde
Bliss.
girl. No, 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 no,
No.
no.
Oh, Jessica.
Jessica, who's what's her name? Hannah's best friend of the whole wide world.
Oh, that girl, Katie.
I
I thought you were
think
talking. You said blonde, so I was thinking you were talking about the girl from season one. That's Jessica, the best
Jessica.
friend in
Yeah,
the
no,
whole.
I don't give a fuck about Jessica. Also, she
No,
looks so different.
first of all, when Vanessa was like one of your favorite wives from season one, I'm thinking it was like Lauren or Amber.
I was thinking Lauren or Amber, and I was like, no, but they talked a lot of shit about the Love Is Blind. So I was like, I
Yeah,
don't think. But then when they're like Jessica, I'm like, no, you should have said the most problematic,
right.
the
'Cause I'm
most
like,
problematic. Use the terms correctly.
wasn't
Problematic.
she deranged number one?
She is the thing. She is the Lulu Queen.
Yes.
And then it was
Like,
Zach and Bliss, and I didn't know their daughter's name is Galileo. Very cute. Okay. Then it was Nancy. Nancy looked cute. I was just like, okay.
uh-huh.
Again, Jessica and this guy. I was like, what do you mean our favorite couple? This bitch was crazy.
Nobody
Remember the whole
liked her.
age thing? Yeah, but you're like 24. All right, bitch, you're 34. Calm it
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
So the
Nobody liked her.
reunion. So at first, of course, as always, Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey just don't. They need to hand over the throne to somebody else.
They went straight into it,
Yes.
and I was like disappointed from that moment.
The moment as soon as they said welcome back, I was like, fuck this. This is gonna be bad. I was like, this is gonna be bad.
And they allowed, okay, I get it, you're on their side and whatever, but I feel like even if, okay, Ashley knows everything, it does not
Oh, okay,
explain.
yes. Okay, let's go.
Like,
Taylor and Garrett, nobody cares. Love
nobody
that you
cares.
went fishing. Love that it's
Awesome.
love. Movies to
Happy
watch on today.
couple.
I don't know, blah, blah, blah.
Great.
Have fun. Live your
Bye.
best life. We love that you did find love on this experience.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Bye.
You said words about you.
Taylor and Ashley.
Tyler and
Tyler
Ashley.
and Ashley. Thank you. I
Mhm.
think the wine's getting to me. I'm going to drink some water.
He,
Go.
even if Ashley knows about everything from day one, great. But this doesn't answer my questions. Why haven't you been in the kid's life since? Why did you ghost the kids?
That's all I'm fucking saying.
Where were these questions, let alone answers? Okay, great. Ashley wasn't blindsided. Awesome. You're not Delulu. You're just allowing, like, okay with being with a man who doesn't care to be for his children.
Which is so confusing because, as the baby mom said, and I'm sorry, I don't know the baby mom's name. She said the first one was obviously like helping out a friend, and then the wife left, and then he stepped in as a surrogate father. Fine, but those twins didn't come out of nowhere either.
The
Like,
twins did not come out of nowhere.
and then for again, this is from what alleged the baby mom said in the video that was passed around through Instagram and TikTok. She said that that was active in their lives. So how do you go from that to saying, I don't understand why their birth certificates are out there? And then if you think like, you don't think like Ashley would know, like, no, 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 no. If you guys are trying to save face, I get that. But there had to be some amendments. Why didn't you bring the kids into the wedding then? Why does it still feel like, at least from the baby mom perspective, you disappeared for more than a year?
Why is it that 1 minute you're in these kids' lives and then the next minute you decide, don't need to be there. I got my own family now.
Right.
Like, why is that okay? Because that's a narrative that certain men have, and it's not okay.
Mm-mm.
It's not okay. Especially because you inserted yourself. So, like, yeah, the first one was for your friend and the wife, but then you inserted yourself and you made a decision.
Right.
And then now you're going back on that decision because of what? I need these answers. And Nick and Vanessa, you left us high and dry. Again.
Like, it gave nothing that I needed answers to. And again, like what she said, Ashley, when she was just like, oh, I knew about it. It's just something he didn't want to talk about on camera. Okay, perfectly fine. Again, there are certain things you don't want to mention it, but you do know that like TikTok and Instagram will investigate for you. So when things start coming out, like,
but this is also my thing. She brought it to camera. So if you're gonna bring the situation to camera,
it was brought to camera. I'm so sorry. Yes, it was.
For us to dissect, then you better bring every fucking thing to the table for us to dissect, because you brought this to us. We didn't even know about it to ask for it. You brought this to us. You guys could have handled your business off the camera, and then the baby mama said the only reason she's speaking about it is because he spoke about it on camera. So you guys could have kept this all behind shades, and none of us would have ever known.
Right. I mean,
but you brought this to us, so now we want to know. Don't pick and choose what truth you tell us and then want us to support you. Like, no, fuck that. I don't support that. I didn't like that. I feel like she went on this whole tangent, like, who you think has the better intuition, the media or me? And I'm like, well, you seem just as deceitful as him right now, so I don't know. It's either that or you're boo-boo the fool. So which one is it?
And if you're saying it's to question my intelligence, well then,
you're questioning ours.
It's not. The math isn't mathing. The math isn't mathing.
It's not mathing, and I'm just over the both of them. I'm over
after
it.
That, I really genuinely did not give a fuck about them. I was like, okay, if this is how it's gonna play down in the reunion, then whatever, fuck it.
Literally.
Then it was Steven and Monica, and then Nick did that funny thing about yawning, I think.
Yeah.
As I'm yawning right now. Hold on.
Contagious.
No, literally. Like, they were like, what's in the messages? When Nancy asked, she's like, what were in the text? I was like, no, literally, what were in the text?
Right.
What fetishes were you talking about?
I think I have like a hot take on that, actually.
Oh yeah, tell me.
Okay, so this is Vicky thoughts. Completely making it up, but you know, that's what we do here. I don't think that there was anything that bad in those text messages.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was annoyed with him and not attracted to him, and she was looking for her way out. And she took it. I think that he was literally like, what fetishes? Because that's what he said, right? And then she took that shit and she doubled the fuck down and dialed it and ran with it and was like, you cheated, da-da-da-da. And
demo request, send me the money, run me my money.
Meanwhile, half the time she was looking at him like, would you shut up already? Like, if you look at her body language before, she was just like...
Yeah, you could tell that, like, even in Mexico, when she was like, I love you, but you're just too much right now. And it's like,
right.
And then this is what I said the last time we talked about Love is Blind. You're ramping all this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, like, as you guys all may know, I'm a chatty Cathy, too.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes, like, you could just see it, and they're like, okay, I'll stop talking. Like, all right, it's enough. Like, it's whatever. It's okay. But those are things you kind of build into.
Yeah.
This is such a fast experience that, of course, you're going to be like, yo, can you shut the fuck up? Like, I get that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this show, they need to redo the hypothesis and everything.
I think that after that whole girls are gonna want to suck our dicks in a year from now comment, I think
I think that's when she got the ick, and she was like, I don't want to
she got
really.
the ick. I think she got the ick, and I don't blame her.
I don't blame her either,
He,
because of course, but of course, again, this is not season one. Love is Blind. Nobody knew what this was. This is season 7. A
mm-hmm,
lot of people are going on there to get the likes, to get the sponsorships, to get the follows. Like
mm-hmm,
it's like, come on, like you kind of know what that means. And of course, like there are people, men, women, however you identify, that are gonna throw themselves at you.
mm-hmm.
Come on, like let's not also be like fucking delusional either.
Like you don't need to sit there and talk about it.
Yeah, like we all know what's gonna happen. It's kind of like, I know you don't watch The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, but sometimes that's like the conversation. Sometimes the girls and the guys have. They're like, "Well, if I don't win, do you think I'll be a good candidate for a Bachelorette or Bachelor?" And it's like you shouldn't talk about that with the other contestants, because then they're gonna use that against you. And like, hello, like it's easy to use that shit against you. Like, let's be fucking for real. Like,
Absolutely, like your real intentions if that's what you're thinking about.
and if that's like the first thing that jumps at you, like then of course people are gonna be like, yeah, like she only or he only wants that for um
But
the finders.
this brings us to our next couple, Hannah and Nick. So
Oh,
this caused a lot of controversy online and everything because a lot of people are like going back and forth taking sides. So what is your take on everything
okay.
that was?
So my thoughts on Hannah and Nick. Okay. Let me come off by saying this. I think when you watch yourself on TV, kind of like when we watch ourselves on this podcast, you kind of see a lot of things. Like, and I'm not trying to make it about myself, but like for me, I realize I curse a lot. I'm not gonna change it, but I've noticed that, and I'm like, okay, at least I know where I could curse and where I cannot curse. So that I'm just gonna say that preference that. So Hannah coming in and saying that yes, she knows she's blunt and she could be a bitch. Yes, and she is right. Delivery is everything. Okay. Now, with Nick, oh, sorry, hold on. Back to Hannah. Just one second. I've said this once before and I'll say it again. Hannah's the person that could dish it, but she can't take it. And if we remember when the reveal happened, she said along the lines, I don't think I'm that attracted to Nick. He definitely lied about how he looked, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Now let's focus to Nick. Nick, I think, knew he couldn't say how he really felt about Hannah because, not that it's a double standards, but it is a very double standards if a man comments about a woman's appearance. Like let's be really fucking real. Like, like it is a double standard still. And I think that I don't know if he really said the gurney comment or not. Because when they pan to Stefan, they're like, he said it right. He was like, yeah. I was like, wow, talk about bro code just being broken.
I think he did say it because both Stefan and Ramsey said he said
Right.
it.
It's just like take accountability. I think he did say it. I think he just was gonna double down and not admit it on live air. Like he's like, you're not gonna get it out of me. Now also Marissa saying up for Hannah, love that. Love girl power. Marissa, let her fight her own battles. Because she then, Hannah, right away when she said she's working on it, she showed her true colors right away when she's like, I'm talking, be quiet. So you're going right back to it. So, like, also let Nick talk too about a lot of things. But, like, if you're just like barging down on him, saying, say it, say it, say it, he's not going to say it. If he didn't say it in the actual show, he's not going to say it now in the reunion. He will say, I made a comment, but he's never going to say what that comment was. Now, the whole note about him being the famous person on Love is Blind, I don't believe it was a 90-day thing at all. I think he like went in with a purpose, like kind of like a lot of those people do, and say they want to be famous and get the likes and everything. I just think he thought he wasn't going to get a person like Hannah.
Yeah.
And the whole, she's my best friend in the fucking world, this and that. You could see that, and we said it before, like you could see that Hannah was very insecure. But also it just felt like they weren't on the same page ever, so I don't know why they stuck it out for so long. And then even when she kind of said, she was just like we shouldn't really get married or anything, and he wanted to fix it. It's like, no, but it's okay to not want to do this. It's okay to end the process so early on. Like it's fine, like nobody's gonna do anything. But yeah, I don't know. I'm on nobody's sides. I think they're both just a trash people, to be quite honest.
So I have a little bit of different opinion about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I can relate to Hannah, and you know this because I am a very harsh deliverer. I'm very blunt, as she says. I'm very direct, as she says. But for me, like, I definitely had to learn that, like, you how you talk to people is important. But I don't subscribe to people using that as an excuse to be deceitful. Like, I understand when people try to be like, well, I can't tell you that because you're too aggressive or you're too mean or you're too this. And then they use your how you are as an excuse for them to say things behind your back instead of to your face. So I think with Marissa and Hannah, I think their only goal that night was to have Nick take some accountability in his part. I think that she was saying, I know I'm the problem. Like, I'm a work in progress. Like, I know that I'm a bitch. I know I'm too direct. I know I need to fix myself. But I'm not the only problem. And I think that's what she was trying to say. And I think that's why
Okay.
Marissa was backing up so much, because she's like, we all tell Hannah she needs to fix herself, but she takes accountability. Nick hasn't taken accountability for anything.
That is
And he
very true.
walks like he's a puppy dog. Meanwhile, he does hurtful things too, and I'm the only one getting hate for it. And I think that's what she was trying to say, and that I totally get. So I don't know. That's just what I feel about them. Like you said, I'm on neither side either. I feel like they both need to do some work on each other, on themselves, and everybody is a work in progress. Because, like we say all the time, we're just trying every fucking
God's
day.
working on all of us. God is working on all of us.
That is about it. Moving on
Wait,
to
one thing though, because we should have gone to Marissa and Ramses before we got to Hannah and Nick.
should
But
have.
when, because we saw that Marissa's mom was in the audience, was great, love her.
She
Again,
was like,
like I said, my opinion changed within that episode because I was like, wow, the mom is coming out too harsh. But then I was like, no, she's standing up for her daughter. What mother wouldn't do that? So again, my thing is, when it was revealed, he was like, but Nick also threw it in the face like, why did you hit me up for sex? And Marissa's like, because we all do that shit. I was fucking that man still. I was like, her mom's face was like, bitch, what?
I had my shoe and then went to go fuck him.
How dare you? And I just, so moving into Marissa and Ramses again, I think, and Nick Lachey said it so fucking beautifully. And I'm gonna paraphrase it because obviously, because I already fucking forgot. He's like, Marissa, I just want you to know you are loved, and you
He
are
said,
gonna find somebody. Do you know what he said word for word? Because I don't.
your energy is beautiful.
There you go.
And that would have been like, divorce Vanessa and marry me. Right.
No, for real. Because it is true. And like we said last
Yes.
time, it was such a fucked up thing for Ramses to try to bring her light down. Like, no, Marissa is a genuinely beautiful, energetic, lovely, just a diamond in the rough, like very positive person. And for you to say that's too much, again, fuck you. Like, do not dim who you are for somebody that's not going to appreciate for you. Hopefully, she will find somebody that is appreciative of her. Now, when Vanessa Lachey now was saying a lot of comments about like the wrap it up, it's like, bitch, shut up. That joke is obviously
Quote.
like it was too much. Obviously, we know that producers, and I think this is just like a known thing, producers will ask you questions any type of different way to get you to answer a type of way. And that has been told from the Bachelor and the Bachelorette. Like that's just like reality TV show in itself. Like they want you to say clickbaity shit to make it look like dramatic and shit. Like that's just what that business is about. I wish I was part of that business. I'm not even gonna front. But like the thing is with Ramses, like let me just clear up the whole like contraceptive conversation, this and that. Okay, cool that you cleared it up. It's just unfortunately that's how they edit it. And yes, it is good that you're clearing it up, but unfortunately, there's some people that are just always gonna have that mentality of you, and it does suck. It really does suck. But also, you were a piece of shit. Like, let's be quite honest. Like, seeing the way Marissa cried, that's so heartbreaking. Again, it was an invalid excuse, at least to us, and maybe it's just to you and me that you broke up. You broke up with her for that reason because she was being too much. Like, no, the girl's tired. She's working. She's going to law school. she's still making like she's making a career for herself, and the way that you shamed her for her military background, like okay, people have different views about our military. That's fine. But you knew that in the pod, that's who she was. And that was a big, major thing of her. Like, it was a very large portion of her life. You can't shame her for that.
Totally agree with everything that you said. Everything you said was completely valid. And that brings me into Tim and Alex. I feel like he
Yo.
was hard.
That was a hard. Because I don't know who saying the truth or not.
Right.
Because Alex is like, I did put my hand on him, but it wasn't assault. And I never thought it was assault. I didn't think
Right.
like he or she hit it. I think she just went like this. And again, you shouldn't do that in a fight. You shouldn't touch anybody when you're fighting.
Mhm.
That I the back and forth, like I was so confused. I was like, what? I don't know who to believe.
I believe Alex.
Okay.
I believe Alex, but that's because I believe that Tim, he he reminds me of like the people who can never see the other people's side of things.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it's like she's explaining why she took the nap makes perfect sense. She's
100%.
explaining all these things that we never knew in the pods. Well, while they were filming, and it made perfect sense. And even with the fight and putting the hands over his mouth, she was trying to protect him from
Exactly.
users. It makes perfect sense. All he sees is how he feels, and he was never able to see her side of it, and so that's why I don't believe him. And even when she's saying like I have to work from what was it 9 to 3 a.m. so I took a nap after being with their parents for 6 hours, like that shouldn't be a problem. That should be like it's actually I would be like, shouldn't you go take a nap so that you can
Shouldn't
be
we
okay?
all nap? Okay, first of all, I have to say this. We love naps at Convict.
You are
There's
nap
sometimes
bitches.
Vicky texts me and I text her like hours later. I was like, sorry, girl, I was on nap. What was my Wi Fi? No, not my Wi Fi. No, my Wi Fi shit for a long time was like not dead, just napping. Because we love fucking naps here, okay? Naps are okay. But again, and this is why this is an experiment, it brings you to your full life. She bartends. That shit is
Yeah,
exhausting.
works during the day because that's not her only job.
Right. Like she's
But, like,
tired. Like, damn, yo.
and then he's like getting mad because she's not texting him back, and she's like, "I'm working." Like,
No, 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 no. But hold on. That's where I didn't know. I was kind of confused. He said that because they both conflicted the story. So I'm like, I don't know who. Again, it's very he said, she said because I
mm-hmm,
wish the producers caught all of this. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
And it's just like, he was like, you didn't text me back after you got home. He's like, I'm just worried about your safety. I get
yeah,
that. But it's like, if she's mad, she has a whole right to be mad. There's something underlying going on in that. But
mm-hmm,
they had that animosity built up for like a year still. And I guess
yeah,
rewatching it didn't really fucking help either.
yeah, yeah.
And
That was
and
hard.
I understand where again, and this is a topic I'd say I bring it up to you as well. Like when you are in a relationship with somebody and then you enter into a marriage with somebody or you're entering, you have to split both times between family. And like he said too, he was like, I was fucking tired and I still made time for your family. Of course, we don't know like the filming times of everything. And
Right.
again, it's not like Love is Blind is paying for everything. I mean, I do hear they like pay for a lot of things. Like they only have to really go half on groceries and everything. Like, but like the Love is Blind really takes care of like the production itself takes care of a lot of things, like the wedding and everything like that. But it's like again, these people have real lives that they need to get back to.
Right.
So I just again in that fight, again it was like he and C, and then she was trying to keep her demeanor. He was trying to keep the demeanor. But when they both reached that level when they couldn't hide it anymore, I was like, nah, this is gonna get into like we need evidence dropped. Like what is actually going on?
But I will say this, and I feel like you even know this, like in your relationship, like yeah, as a married couple, you make time for your significant others, family, and regardless if you're tired, but at the same time, you do have to be accommodate your partner's schedule.
Yeah.
Like you can't expect your partner who works literally all through the night to be up up until they go to work, and then be up, what, 24, 48 hours just to talk to mom. Like,
Like it's done. But can we say this? Had he taken a nap after Alex's parents and everything, would she have felt the same way as Tim?
I think
I
if
feel
he
like she
would,
would have.
I don't think that she would have.
Oh, okay.
I think, but that's the thing, because he doesn't work at night. So why are you taking a nap?
Maybe he's tired. Maybe he had a long work. I'm not trying to be a sympathizer. I'm just saying, like,
That's the reason she took the nap, because she works at night. So it's
right.
like, if you worked at night and you needed to take a nap, then yeah,
Understandable.
right. But if you just want to take a nap because you want to take a nap, then I can understand the anger. But knowing that she literally works until like 3 in the morning that same night.
But then she also said something. She was like, I only worked that one time as bartending. So is bartending your whole? Like, I don't understand that part
She
of
said
it.
that was her first time back.
Oh, okay.
So that was like the one time in their relationship that she
That she
actually
did because then they broke up. Yeah.
did.
And then again, one thing that bonded them in the pots were the family. But I think she also a little bit overreacted when she was like, "How are you gonna tell me after you ask my dad's hand in marriage that you have doubts?" It's a
I
show.
don't think
It's a show though. Like it's okay to have doubts though.
postpone that, or he didn't have to ask her dad then and there for
But
like
it's
her.
okay to have doubts. So this is the whole part of the show. Garrett and Taylor had doubts leading up
No,
to
no,
the
no.
altar.
But I think it's different because like the whole, I think she meet the dad, meet him, do all that, but then the whole speech and the asking for the hand in marriage and asking to be part of the family. If you're having doubts, you don't have to do all that, because then that's bringing the dad's feelings involved. Like the dad
Right.
was, so now he feels duped. So now you didn't just hurt me, you hurt him. Like if you
But I
were
think it's
feeling
part of
like
the show.
no, because the dad didn't sign up for the show.
Right, but
But
again,
it's
the
like,
conversation is to the
but
dad.
I think that you respect the family. Like, I think that if he really respects family, like he says, and he really was feeling doubts, like he wasn't going to marry her, you don't need to ask the dad. It's not part of the show to ask your
But
dad's
he
hand.
didn't know if he wasn't gonna marry her. Now he just said he had doubts. It's okay to have doubts in that process, though.
It's okay to have doubts in that process, but asking for her dad, knowing what that meant, and
But
asking for
you
her
can't even
dad's
say
hand
that
in
though,
marriage.
because Taylor and Garrett had gotten into a fight the night before he
But
went to ask the hand in marriage.
because Eric knew he wanted to marry her.
Okay, but he didn't know that after that fight because she was on the doubt.
He did know he wanted to marry her. He didn't know she wanted to marry him.
Right, again, doubts.
That's not the same.
I don't know. I think for me, no.
Doubts, like unsure because of a fight. They're unsure, but they still want to make it work. They had.
I
having
think Tim was
doubts,
like that too. I think she's like, "What do you think?" He's like, "I could see it working, but I have doubts a little bit," and I think that's okay to
But see,
express.
but see, you're saying that. He never said that. He never said I could see it working because literally after that night he broke up with her.
No, they still then had to visit his family. They didn't break up that night. They no. They saw his family, like his family, her family. I'm sorry, barbecuing and all that. Like he made
And then the next day his family came over.
Right.
And then the next day he broke up with her.
exactly again enough to give him much, but again,
This is what I'm saying. Like, if somebody went up to Papa Alva and was like pouring his heart out to him, asking him to take him as a son, but then decided 2 days later he didn't want to marry you, it would hurt Papa Alva's feelings.
no, 100%. But again, I
That's
think
not
it's
part of the show.
but it is. This is the whole point
It's
of this
not.
show. Yes, it is.
No, asking your dad's hand in marriage is not part of the show.
Yes, it is because that's the whole point of it.
No, it's not. The whole
'Cause,
point is getting married.
yes, okay. Yes, it is
The
because
whole
that's the whole
point
point.
is
'Cause
getting
then
married.
look at how other people's parents decide not to be on the show. If you're forcing your parents to talk on the show,
Exactly.
but that's the thing. She said it. You have to do it. You have to do it. So he's doing it for her.
No,
ask her
because he could have done it a different time. It didn't have to
No,
be that.
it had to be part of the show. She's like, if we're walking down the aisle, you have to ask my dad's hand in marriage. That's gonna be the deciding factor.
But
She
they
even said
spent
that
a
to her
whole week
mom.
before they walked down the aisle.
But
They have like a
again,
whole week.
it's the engagement part. So he's just re-asking for the engagement part because she wanted the dad's blessing.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. He
Yeah.
went too far. If he already felt he didn't want to marry her because he was already saying things like that and telling her he has doubt after having that special moment with her dad, which he knew what that meant to her and what that meant to the dad, and then feeling those same in the same day, feeling those feelings because it was the same day that he had the doubts, was the same day he was asking for her dad's hand in marriage. I feel like it would have been more respectful if he would have done that later in the week. Met with the dad separately later in the week if he got past the doubts. Not while you're feeling like you're not going to get married. Let me just do this for the show, not to be genuine.
Or for her too. You could have just said the same argument could be that he did it
It's
for
not
her.
genuine. Then it's not genuine.
Then we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
It's not, if you're doing it for her and not because you actually want to be taken into the family and asking for his blessing, it's not
But I
genuine.
think Garrett at that time think he was. It's okay. Again, the show is so speedball that it's okay to in one point of that where I'm not saying like you have dated for 5 years and all of a sudden you have doubt that this is not the one. I'm not saying that. I'm saying because the show is such on a fucking timeline that of course if you want to make it to the altar, these are the things you have to talk about. So these things are so rushed. These things are put in like 3 times faster than any normal relationship would go. So if he said, yes, I asked for your dad in marriage, and he's like, how are you feeling? And she wants the honesty. He's like, I'm just having some doubts. We don't know what else he said after having some doubts. He could have said, okay, this and that. It was just like, I'm having some doubts because we didn't even see the conversation that he said he was having doubts. That's just a he said, she said thing on the show itself, on the reunion.
I think I would be on the same page with you if he said that like 2 days later, but it was all the same day.
Okay, maybe it's just again. I think it's just
Like it
because
was
the
like
speedball thing.
like night and day, like literally the same day.
But I could only say
this.
like for Taylor and Garrett again. Did he lied or he
You
like
can say Gina and Gary, but they're a completely different couple.
no
Like
no
they
no no no
got,
but I'm just saying like look at that like the night before like it was a whole
but
text
even
debacle
before
shit.
their whole
And then
relationship, they were on the same page.
no but then the whole
Alex is
texting shit, the debacle shit of that, it was just like oh like they like did not sleep that whole night. You can see her face, she was puffy, she was crying. Like that also built some doubts too. But again, like you said, yes, he was always sure. But again, do we know she
but
was
no.
sure? Like
What
I
I'm
don't
saying,
think Alex was 100% sure in it either.
what I'm saying is with Taylor and Garrett, you keep comparing it, but it's not a comparison because they were always a tighter couple. They were always stronger. They were always on the same page. Tim and Alex weren't. They were a hot mess from
I think they should have broke up in Mexico. I always thought
yeah,
after that
exactly.
fight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it was like he really wants to marry her, and then
But
now I think
it's the
like I don't think it was
conversation that
that.
they
I think
had
that
in Mexico that it was just like, okay, they're gonna make it work. Cause she said, and I remember she said, oh, I thought after this I was never gonna see you again. And he said,
right.
honestly, was about to be that.
Right. So
Understandable.
this is
But he's trying to make it work. And then we fly out, we meet the family. Again, I think because she said in the actual pods, we cannot make it down the aisle until you ask my dad's hand in marriage. And yes, that scene emotional. I get that. And I get what that means for her in general. I get what that would mean for me. But I think it's okay to be like, oh damn, you do have doubts because again, this is so fucking speedball. It's not like we could put that past shit behind us right away. Mexico was just a day ago too, probably in their sense of mind or whatever this timeline is of this damn show. So I think it's okay to say in that same day, I do have a little bit of doubts. I don't think it's like to crucify him for that either.
no,
And also,
I'm not.
Alex, at the end of the day, was
don't
not
think-
perfect in all of this either. And again,
No,
mm-hmm.
no, I was saying that nobody's crucifying him for it though. But I think that she has a right to be upset by it.
Agree to
Anyways,
disagree.
yeah, that's a good disagree.
And
girl.
then was that everybody else? Oh, was that everybody else?
That's everybody.
No, Leo. And what's her name? The blonde.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly, I thought they were back together.
Yeah. I think she's like, he's like my brother.
She was like, I friend zoned his ass. I was like, and then when Nick said, when Nick Lachey said, I wish I would have met like this Leo. This Leo would have been fun. I'm like, so we're not gonna ask if he murdered his family? Like that's not a question we're asking?
That's why we need to be the host.
No, literally. Because I'm like, Leo, I understand again, fuck cancer. Cancer's the worst. the way he was just like, yeah, like a whole line of people. It felt like Red Wedding type shit vibe. Game of Thrones. Like it was like, yeah, everybody that was supposed to inherit disappeared out of nowhere.
He literally slaughtered his
And
entire
I just
family.
want that to be like an open investigation. The Rolex shit was so funny. But Leo, again, it's the way you present yourself and the way you wish you did it. And I was like,
Yeah,
Leo, babe, I can't believe that if all you were talking about was how much money you have, how your parents, everybody in the line died, and then you hear everything. You're an art dealer, art gallerist, whatever the fuck it is. And all we saw was the Rolex. And I was like, are we okay? Are we not going to ask if he murdered his family? I want the medical record. That was a
crazy.
lot.
It
And
was.
then the biggest shit in the world, because I'm like, a lot of people on Twitter is like, let's take a break. And when they
Mhm.
said February 2025 marks our fifth year anniversary with a new season in Minneapolis, I was like, oh, so we're just going right into it. We're just not even okay. And I can't wait for that because that's gonna be because then they introduced like three of
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
so a year already passed for them and a year is about to pass for them as well. Because then
I
they
think.
started filming in February 2024.
Yep.
So a year's about to pass. This show is a fucking mess.
Yep. I can't wait. A whole new group of psychos.
No, I hope new people just trying to get followers.
Yep. Basically,
Like,
get famous on Love Is Blind.
and I get it though. Who wouldn't want to? I could not do that because my parents will be in the fucking audience like, nah, this bitch really dragging us to this, like for real, putting
Mhm.
my name out here, googling everything I ever said and done. Can't do that.
Okay, so this brings us into our deep dark
Hit
thoughts.
me. Oh my god, hit me with it.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so basically, after talking about Love Is Blind and everything and all the crazies, my deep dark thought is it brings me back to Marissa. And have you ever been in a relationship where you felt like somebody just kept dimming your light and trying to make you feel smaller as a person? And how did you recover from that?
yes, I would say I have had that personal experience where somewhat what Marissa was feeling for sure. And I thought I had to like definitely did myself just to make them happy or like bend over backwards just to kind of like not be the most center of attention. What I did was I got broken up with, which was probably the best thing in the world. And I went to therapy. And I
Having all different flavors.
literally, and you know, I think, and my friends at the time when I was in that relationship were like, "You're being really stupid." But again, I think it takes you won't see it until like the whatever spell that you're under is officially broken. And when I tell you, Vicky was one of those friends that was there. She's like, "Bitch, you could just let this man go." Because I think Vicky, you attest to it. You saw my light dim after like starting at our job, and then like towards the end of it, like you saw how much I was like really fucking fucked up to the point where I feel like Vicky and Arlene were like, "No, bitch, like you really have to open your eyes." And once, and again, this is like one of those relationships like you break up, you get back together, you break up, and you're trying to be once it was like officially over and I did what I had to do to move on and then I went to therapy, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for somebody who appreciates me. And I am so grateful to have found Jose because I know again, he's so calm while I'm so fucking like crazy sometimes. Like it's just a great balance. And this is what I tell a lot of people too. It's like you will find your person. Like I was very and I think Vicky, I had told you this and Arlene too, like I was very like calm and being like, I guess I'm just gonna be alone, and then that's okay too. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, my sister was just about to have Isabella. I'm okay being this aunt. I'm okay being alone because I had found so much peace within myself that I was okay with whatever life brought me. And then, like, they really do say, and I don't want to be a cliche, when you're not looking for it, you find it. And then, like, the way I am with Jose, like, I know I could be like 30 different ops and he'll be like, all right, it's calm. But he also, like, when he's shining, I'm cheering him on too. Like, when he's doing his thing, like, of course I'm his number one cheerleader. And, like, they really do say this, but, like, it's like your best friend right there. And again, that's such a that change and that break I had also between the years that like from that relationship to Jose, like finding yourself, growing yourself. Like sometimes it's okay to be alone. And I know a lot of people hate being alone, but it's genuinely okay to be alone. Like I know it's scary, I was one of those people, I thought it was like the worst thing in the world. No, but it's genuinely okay just to find out also what you like, what your interest is. Can you also be okay with being by yourself? Because some people sometimes I feel like jump into relationship because they don't know what it's like to actually just stand still with their own person. But that's how I definitely found my light again. How about you, Vix?
So for me, I was in a couple relationships where I just kept being cheated on over and over and over and over, and that kept making me feel like something was wrong with me. And also one of my first real relationships, my ex, he just kind of like left, and I never really understood why. And it's your first love, so that completely devastates you. So I felt like I needed to fix myself to be perfect in my 20s. Like I felt like I needed to fix myself to be perfect so that I could be loved, so that I could get married one day. And I don't know, something after like my last ex, I was single for like 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I'm gonna build myself up. I'm gonna focus on me. I'm just gonna do what I want. I'm just not gonna take this shit anymore because I know that I lead with a heart of pure intention. So I don't deserve any of this. This isn't because of anything I did. Like, they're doing this because of them. They can't handle me. They were also like a lot of comments like, oh, you're trying to be my mom, or you think you know everything, or like, as women, we tend to be more successful faster than men sometimes, and they resent you for it. And then they try to like put you down or like diminish your accomplishments to
Mm-hmm.
make themselves feel better. And for me, I just felt like if somebody's gonna stand by my side, it's gonna be because they can handle their own shit and they're not intimidated by my success, but admire it and match it. And I stayed single until I found somebody who was inspired and admired and loved the parts about me that other people resented. And um I started a business during that time. I found hobbies. I hung out with friends. I
This bitch was in
took
Chicago out here looking like a baddie bitch
I
ever.
traveled. I took a lot of walks because for me that was like it was able for me to like process things and clear my mind, and it was like a form of therapy. And just being like I used to walk through Central Park or like through the city with Connie or sometimes by myself, and with just like doing things for me that made me feel good and build me up even more, like way past anything that even was when they were putting me down. Like, oh, you thought this was big? Well, wait till you see this, because I'm just going to keep building myself up.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that, and it was the best thing because I feel even now, us doing this, like, we're still taking up space. We're still allowing ourselves to shine a light and to be strong and to be bright and not let anybody or any insecurity, put us in a box. So that's what we did. And that's what I recommend anybody who's in that situation to do.
And also
Not that
one key, sorry.
it's okay. Not that Marissa needs any advice, but that's what I would say to her if I was her friend. Because watching what she went through and being told that you're too much and your energy is too much. Meanwhile, she's literally a ray of sunshine.
I want to be her best friend.
Right.
Well, you said something that's very key to a lot of women, like, and I would say men too. It's like when people cheat on you, it's not your fault. Like, it's
Yeah.
definitely whatever the shit they're dealing with. When they're treating you bad, it's not your fault. They just have something going on that you shouldn't stick around for any of that shit. Like, and I think that's again this like these relationships happen in our 20s, like the ones that we're talking about that we didn't know that yet. We thought that we were the problem. And I
Yeah.
could say that because it was both of us. And again, Vicky called me that bathroom crying so many times. And she'd be like, bitch, again? And I'm just like, no, and it got to the point where I was like, this is getting fucking ridiculous too. But I just
Yeah.
couldn't admit it. And then when it was a final, like, and I get it. But like that's a big thing what you said. I want to harp on that. Like when people try to hurt you and bring you down, it's because they have something fucked up with them. Do not stop doing what you're doing. And swear to God, as Vicky said, she was growing her business, starting her business, traveling, hanging out with friends, doing and then taking up hobbies. I remember your hobbies a lot during that time too, that you were like starting new things. That was such a great time to see because at the same time I also then was applying to new jobs and I got out of that set space. I got out like and I was still of course close with Vicky and Arlene. But it was just like just doing these different things, like moving yourself to a whole new environment is also good too.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And then also being able to take that leap and to do new things, it's also great. That's why like I feel like in New York you could always just try new hobbies because they always have these classes like you could like cook on your like with people and shit like that. It's like do that, guys. Don't also think like this like long ass relationship is just yours. Like
Yeah.
explore who you are as an individual as well.
And I think Little Wayne said this, but
Ooh, Little Wayne quote. Okay.
it's somebody. I feel like it's Little Wayne. When a love ends, the world isn't ending, just that world. So it's like he says it better, but you get what I'm saying.
And crush
like,
it that world if you can.
It's like it feels like the world is ending, but it's not the world. It's just that world with that person.
And that's okay.
And that may be
No, bitch, you brought it back because I was like, wow, I was such a dumbass. So fucking to my friends that were there during that period, just know that thank you so much for sticking it out with me. Like y'all are true. Y'all the true ones.
I tell you, I used to want to strangle Connie.
No,
Like,
because Vicky would time because like my desk and be like one single tear, and they're like, "Come on, bitch!" Like it got to the point where Danny got involved. He's like, "No." To be able to laugh at it now, no, it literally is true. You are gonna laugh about shit in the future so hard. Oh my god.
my gosh. Okay, so
Wait, one more thing. People that hit you up years after, like, how are you? Ignore them. Not fucking ignore that. If you're like that's in your back view mirror, whatever, do not. Just it's a great ego boost though, but do not even try it.
I'm choosing violence.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the positive quote for today is everything you ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear by George Adair. I love that. Snaps, snaps.
Wow.
So yeah.
This is a great fucking episode. We got into our first convict fight. Like our first disagreement because we usually try to line on. Look at us. Well, this is who.
It's genuine too.
It was Jenny because you saw both of us. You're like, bitch, what the fuck is this? But this is what friendship is too. It's okay to have friendships that have different point of views.
I actually encourage them.
Yes, because then you get this genuine shit where you're like, bitch, I'll fuck you up.
And then 2 minutes later, you're like,
That's the dumbest shit in the world.
hey, on today's episode, Halloween. This is the Halloween episode. If you follow us on Instagram, follow us now and comment on one of our pictures what your costume was. Let us know. And you can
Wait.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, time out. We didn't even talk about what happened on TikTok. Let me tell you guys this. Like, they were like, oh, you guys, we did a hot take about like the sports over the summer and we just released all the episodes. So obviously the clips are coming out now. Somebody's like, what are you talking about? The Yankees are in the World Series. And yes, the Yankees are toxic exes because they did enough to get into game 4 and win. And I was like, I was like, shut this shit down. I'm about to wear my whole Yankee outfit on the pod. They lost in game 5. And like, again, it's just like every New York sports. They hype you up. They're like toxic ex. They come back to just do that one thing and then they shut it back down again.
So like we said,
New York sports suck.
Emphasis on the all.
Okay, it was a travesty. We lost in a home game. Are you fucking kidding me? Derek Jeter himself threw the fucking ball.
Is that the one that Fat Joe was performing at?
Yes, game 4, bitch.
Did you hear that? So Fat Joe was performing at the Yankees game, and then Ice Cube was performing at the Dodgers game, and they were having a fat beef.
No, it was like West Coast versus East Coast.
Yeah.
And again, what the fuck was up with the Yankees choking? Fucking choking. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's a New York team. I'm glad we
I
made it
mean,
that
I
far.
did go. I honestly didn't watch game 4 because I was like, I'm gonna sleep. We're probably gonna lose. And when we won, I was like, nobody fucking talk to me. Yankees all day, every day. I walked out with my Yankee hat that day. I was like, nobody say shit to me. Then game 5 happened. We scored 3 points right away. I was like, let's fucking go. Yankees all the way. Yankees are in my blood. And I went to sleep because I was like, I don't know how this is gonna end, but like anxiety, I'm just gonna go to sleep. And then I woke up and they're like, Yankees lost. I was like, so are the merch half off? Like, what's going on with that? Like, let me go buy my nephew some things now because apparently the Yankees dumb suck.
That's hilarious. Okay, so
Sorry,
on
bring it back.
today's episode of the podcast, happy
Happy
Halloween!
spooky vibes.
If you follow us on TikTok or Instagram, comment your Halloween costume on any of the posts so we can see. And if you don't, what are you waiting for? Go follow us on
You are
Instagram,
funny.
Convict Podcast. Let's see what else happened. Love is Blind. Oh my god. Oh my god.
No.
I'm so done with these couples and I'm just ready for a new set of crazies at this point. Also, if I have the time right, Love is Blind Australia should be coming out soon.
Love is Blind Australia?
Yes, girl, get into it. And then also, if you are in a relationship where somebody is dimming your light, dump them. They are not the one. You are it. You are a light. You are bright. You are beautiful. And as Nick Lachey said so beautifully, your soul and energy is beautiful. Focus on you, boo. Oh, and all New York sports teams suck. Fight me. This is the Convict Podcast.
We said what we said and we said it with our chest, okay?
Bye, guys. I'm gonna end this.
All right, love you.
Bye.